Well, Diarmuid, a tough midweek trip to Rotherham on Tuesday night. Your thoughts ahead of the game?
Yeah, to be honest, they don't get much harder than that. We've obviously watched a lot of them. We're actually a big fan. Even when they came here early in the season, they're probably the team that have impressed us most. The intensity they play at, they're well coached, they're well organised, they have a clear style. So yeah, a big test for us. But listen, we back ourselves against everybody, regardless of where we are in the league, regardless of form, regardless of what probably people externally think. We feel like we're playing well, so we'll go into it and we'll attack it. It's a free hit for us, so we'll see what happens.
Remembering the game against Rotherham at the Mazuma, 1-0 to them, a sort of 40-yard wonder goal in many ways, but you gave as much as you had that day, and hopefully you'll do the same tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, we've done well against the better teams. We've done very, very well. Sometimes you can predict what the top teams will do because they maybe back themselves a little bit more consistent in what they do. So we know what we're all about. We have a game plan. We feel that there are areas that we can still hit them, we can hurt them. They'll obviously look at us the same. So I don't think there'll be any complacency from their side. We obviously watched the game against Wigan on Friday night and it was a good test, but completely different animal. Pressure's on them. We go there and just have a go and try and keep obviously our structure together and score if we can as well. Looking
at Rotherham, apart from maybe Smith up front, they've no real stars, but they have such a fantastic work ethic, don't they?
Yeah, I think they're the sum of the parts is better than the individuals, really, basically. So they're a well coached side, they're a well oiled machine, they're very fit, they're very intense in terms of their press. They don't let you sit on the ball and pass the ball. So we've watched games against whether it be Oxford, different teams that are very comfortable on the ball. They don't allow them to play. So that'll be the same with ourselves. We want to play. We pride ourselves in trying to play through the likes of Toombs and midfielders and play from there. But it's very difficult against these. They make it very uncomfortable for you. But ultimately, we always hope to make it uncomfortable for them in maybe in other ways as well. They're obviously a three at the back, and our attackers occupy them in high areas as well. So it'll be a good test for both teams, and we're by no means scared. But obviously, we have huge respect for what they do.
How disappointing was it to have Saturday's game at Shrewsbury called off?
Yeah, obviously we travelled through. We were actually sitting at pre-match when it sounded like there was going to be a pitch inspection. Obviously it wasn't clear. The rain had started to come down kind of last minute, I think. So in fairness to the referee, I think he was under pressure to make a decision there and then. By all accounts, it cleared up a little bit. I know that there's reports of it being better as it went on. But listen, it is what it is. Good thing for us is we got a pre-match. We got a bit of food. We turned around, drove back to the college, and we had a good session at the college. So straight away heads turned to Rotherham, have a look at clips, have a look at shape for Rotherham, and we shaped a few things on Saturday, so it actually gives us today as a kind of an extra day than we usually have. So we're well prepared now for Tuesday, and when Shrewsbury comes around again, we'll go for it.
And the good thing about the weekend was the results went in your way again.
Yeah, listen, I think everyone is always desperate to tell us like, oh, Donny got beat or Gillingham and this kind of stuff, and I'm very much, and maybe it's a wee bit cold in that way, but I'm very much, if we hit our targets in terms of points, regardless of who's around us, who's above us, who's below us, it's up to us. We have to, if we don't hit the certain number of points, we won't stay in the division. If we hit the number of points, we should stay in the division, generally by stats and numbers and trends across every year. So I think you can get caught up in that a little bit, where Doncaster good run, the pressure's on, Gillingham good run, the pressure's on. But they've all had that run, so what I'm reliant on and what we're reliant on is that we'll have that little run as well, and we'll beat teams, as the gaffer said, we'll beat teams we're not expected to beat. We're picking up points. We probably would like more wins in what we're doing, but we're gradually showing that we're harder to beat. We get points in pretty much most games now, which is fantastic. So I'm not too worried. It sounds easy to say that, but I'm not too worried about everyone else. We have to go and win 4 or 5 more games. If we do that, we'll probably stay in the division.
You mentioned a good run there, and it's probably one thing you've not had particularly, is a good run of consecutive wins.
Yeah, two back to back. That's what we're looking for. Even we've had wins backed up with a draw, backed up by a defeat. It's one of them ones. Can you go on a little run for a 5-game spell where you maybe take 10 points from a 5-game block or something like that, where you get 2 or 3 wins in it? That's the kind of difference where you jump up a few positions. Lincoln, Cambridge, Shrewsbury, Fleetwood, Gillingham, now Doncaster, they've all seemed to have had it. We've done really well, and we've been maybe nearly in a lot of games. We've been just about, they've done brilliant, but you didn't quite get the result, or a late goal, or a sucker punch, or different things. Kind of sob stories we're calling it at the minute. It is what it is, but we just have to keep backing ourselves to do what we believe, to keep playing out as we are. The boys are strangely confident, and we're in the bottom 4. We've been there. It's not an uncomfortable position for us. We knew we were in for a dogfight. We knew we were playing for one above the relegation zone potentially. But but the spirits are really good. The boys are actually enjoying themselves, training really well. So if we keep that going and keep performing, surely to God our luck changes at times and we go on a little run that's enough, hopefully.